everyone. So today we are going to learn about taking care of the ficus plant bonsai. We are going to repot it, and then I'm going to tell you how to take care to grow it well. So for this what we need is the ficus plant. You can see this is my ficus bonsai, and it is a very healthy plant and it needs repotting right now. So we are going to check the roots, how big they are, because that will need some cutting. So I'm going to show you how to cut it and what to do with the soil preparation and what kind of planter do we need to have in order to repot this one. Second thing that we need is a new planter, and I have chosen a potter size which is very apt for this bonsai. Inside that I'm going to show you. Okay, so here there is a drainage hole, and in order to cover this drainage hole, what we have done is we have put some gravels over here, and on top of gravel I have put some cocoa coir. Okay, this is coconut coir, you can see over here, coconut coir. So I covered the hole with the coconut coir. Okay, next thing that we need is some garden soil, which is there with me in this pot. So I'm going to show it to you. Here you see, this is the normal garden soil, and this is something we are going to use for our new planter. Along with that, we are going to use some vermicompost. So here you can see we have a vermicompost, and I'm going to use it. I'll show how to use it. And we also need a little amount of this neem dust, and this neem dust powder, okay, which is going to protect it from different types of infections. Especially we are going to cover it and protect it from fungal infection. So that is why we need a little bit of neem dust powder as well. Okay, and then we need water, which we are going to use after we are done with the repotting. And then for making your plant more beautiful, we are going to do some ornamentation, and for that I have got some gravels over here. So I am going to show how to use gravels in order to make your plant look more beautiful. Okay, so let us start the process. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bonsai out of this old potter, and then I'm going to show how to cut the roots. So let us do that. Okay. So here you see, you have to hold your pot gently and then try to take this bonsai out. Okay, so the soil was loose, and that's why we were able to easily pull this out. You can see I have pulled out the plant over here. Now I'm going to show you the reason why this bonsai needed repotting. This is because of the fact, because the roots have outgrown. You see it over here. These are the roots of this plant. Okay, these have outgrown, and because of this plant was not able to grow properly. So next, you see, I'll show you the roots also here. You see the roots are completely, it is bound whatever it had, that is all the soil and everything, that is completely bound, and that was actually preventing this from further growth. So let us cut the extra roots. So for that, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, we also need a cutter, and I am using a kitchen knife for this. I have a kitchen knife, and I'll use this to cut the extra roots. So let us do that. So for this I need to place this plant like this, and then I'll start cutting. So make sure that when you cut this plant, you cut around 3/4 or half. Okay, so this is almost done, and I'll show you. Okay, the last piece of root is attached with the plant, so I'm going to cut this too. Okay, done. You see, we were able to successfully cut the outgoing roots. Those were actually redundant and those were not useful for this, and you see the plant is now looking like this. And this is the extra portion that we cut. I'm going to reuse it but later, and I'll prepare another video in order to understand how to re-prepare this particular piece of soil for your other plants. I'm going to now cut this sideways. Okay, so like this. Okay, so you see I'll start cutting from here. You see here there is a root which is cut. Okay, this is a very thick root and this is going to redevelop itself. There will be more roots which will be coming out of it once we plant it again. Okay, so our bonsai is almost ready and ready for repotting. Let me take out the extra soil which is there. Okay, so now you see the size of the roots and the size of the plant which was there earlier. It is reduced a lot, and I'm taking out a little bit of old soil so that it can get new soil and more manure. In fact, it is not fertilizers that I'm using here, it is vermicompost organic fertilizer. Now we are going to stop the processing for plant and we'll start processing for the pot now. So let me put it aside. I'm going to put it here and then I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning quickly. Now let me prepare the pot. I prefer to have these bonsais in the earthen pot, and you see that is the reason I bought this earthen pot. Okay, now first thing that I do is that I already told you that I covered the drainage hole, and I covered it with some coco coir. You can also cover it with some other things also, like you can put some gravels over here, or you can also cover it with like stone or something else. Okay, now next I'm going to put some garden soil over it. Let me do that. So I have already taken garden soil. I'll take it here and I'm going to put on top of it like this. And let me tell you, this garden soil is already prepared. Now I'm going to pull out vermicompost and I will put it in the planter like this. Okay, I think this much. And then I'm going to put this particular bonsai back to. Okay, before that I think I forgot to use the neem dust, and you see this, I think you can take 2 spoonfuls. Okay, 2 spoonfuls of neem dust is sufficient. See over here, and then I'm going to put it like this. Okay, we are good. And now we are going to plant this again and properly position it so that my plant is straight like this, and the rest of the portion cover it with my garden soil. Okay, take out some garden soil. Let me first ensure my plant is steady and it is in appropriate position so that it doesn't start tilting sideways. Okay, now I'm going to hold it like this and then cover rest of the vacant portion with garden soil. So we are almost done repotting the plant. Okay, this process is complete, and now what I'm going to do is, in order to give it a better look, I'm going to use some gravels. In order to make it a little bit more beautiful, as I mentioned before, I'm going to use my gravels and put it around like this. Now my gravels are a little bit dusty, so in order to clean them, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of more water to it. Okay, so we are done repotting the plant, and now let me show it to you by keeping it clean area so that you can see it better.